want to talk about when you submit your PA school application and why it matters. And we're going to throw out an actual date that at this point, if you have not submitted yet, you need a date on the calendar and we need to make that happen today. I'm Savannah Perry, Durham PA and founder of the PA platform. When you're working on your PA school applications, there are some things you can control, and when you submit is part of that to a degree. I know there are caveats, I know there are special situations, and we'll cover those. But in general, that date that you push submit is up to you. And I don't want you holding yourself back from doing that and decreasing your chances of getting into PA school. One of the ways that you can increase your competitiveness and decrease the pool of applicants is just by getting your application in earlier. PA school applications are not a time to wait until the deadline for no reason. If you have a reason, that's fine. If you don't have a reason, you are shooting yourself in the foot. You are decreasing your chances statistically of getting into PA school, especially for these schools that do rolling admissions. So let's explain what rolling admissions is. Let's go through some things that you can control and how to set a date for submitting your application if you're feeling fatigue or stress or panic about doing that. I'm going to walk you through it. Okay, so stick with me and we'll get there. Throughout this video, I do want you to be honest with yourself and go back to the question of why am I not submitting? Do you have a concrete reason that's outside of your control? Are you waiting for a letter in your control? Are you taking a class? Is there something outstanding that you can't actually submit until you have complete? Those are valid reasons. But if you're like, I think I'm standing in the way of myself, it's my personal statement, it's just sitting down and getting it done, making the time for it. I've been there. I'm there almost every single day from, oh, I should really answer this email, but I don't want to. I get it. But this is the time where you got to do it. And so I want you to find accountability. I want you to find support. Come jump over and join us in the Pre-PA Club. That's our free community. I'm going to have a post up that's accountability post of post your date that you want to submit your application so that we can check in with each other and we can encourage each other to get it done by that date. While it was a long time ago, I'll give you a little bit of an overview of my timeline because I think it's helpful just to hear a real story. And if you go to the PA platform and look at our accepted post, we usually ask when people applied. So you can also look there and get an idea of what other people have done. For me personally, the main school I wanted to go to, their application didn't open until July 1st. And so I waited, I worked on my application in June so that I had everything ready July 1st to apply to my main program I wanted to go to, and then the other programs that I was looking at as well. At that time, my program actually wasn't even on CASPA, but it was easier for me to do it all at once. So I submitted in July, didn't hear anything back until September, and that's when I got 2 interview invites, one for the end of September and one for October. So these timelines happen really, really quickly. It's June, and I already have people who are getting interview invites. That's wild. It's crazy. I've been doing this now for over 10 years. I started the PA platform in 2015. I'm dating myself, but in that time, I've seen so many shifts. We went through 2020, we went through all these things, and schools are doing virtual interviews. Schools have changed their timelines, and all of that has persisted into making the PA school interview cycle very unpredictable. Every single year, I don't really know what's going to happen or how it's going to be different. So we're still seeing some virtual interviews. We're still seeing some where you can do virtual or in person. Some have moved back to in person. They're moving up earlier. They're moving later. We actually saw more interviews happening January, February, March last year than normal. So you can't quite predict what's going to happen, but traditionally the most interviews are taking place August, September, October, when a lot of deadlines are. So if you're waiting until that deadline, people are already interviewing at these schools. So why is that happening, and does that seem fair? I have an 8-year-old and she is all about fairness right now. So rolling admissions might not seem fair. The way rolling admissions works is once your application is complete, when you have submitted everything, it's been verified, it goes in front of the school and they can see it, they start looking at it. How they do that, I don't completely know, and every school is different. But they sit down either as a committee or with a person and they go through your application. They're making sure you have the requirements they want, and then they decide if they want to offer you an interview. So this may be, again, done person by person as things come in. It may be done as a batch each week, but Essentially, if your application gets in earlier, you get evaluated and looked at earlier, so you can get an earlier interview invite and potentially an earlier acceptance. So let's say a school has 40 spots and they have rolling admissions. They start interviewing people. That first interview cycle or interview, they maybe send out 10 acceptances to the first group of interviewees. They're interviewing, let's say, 200 people for these spots. They send out 10 acceptances. Okay, that's 10 spots gone from those 40. So now, instead of having 200 people for 40 spots, we're looking at maybe 180 people for 30 spots. Let's say that one they do 8. I'm going to get this math all messed up. But it just slowly dwindles down to where at the end of the interview cycle, there are less spots available. So you're still in a group of 20, but maybe there's only 1 or 2 spots left. If you can get your application in early and get evaluated early and have the things the school is looking for, you have a higher chance of getting accepted to PA school. Statistically, that's just how it is for these rolling admissions programs. If a school doesn't do rolling admissions, it's a little different. We still don't know how they look at people though. So maybe they do look at people with the first applications that were submitted. That stuff isn't disclosed as much as we wish it was. But I would still say, what are you waiting for? You can add experience later. You can't change your personal statement. You can't change your grades. If all of that is in and it meets the requirements of what a program is looking for, at some point, you've just got to go for it. You got to apply, you got to push submit and get that application in and in front of that program. I hope this gives you a little bit of insight and confidence to submit your application. So whatever's holding you back, now's the time. Make a plan, sit down, work on it, put that date on the calendar. Realistically, is it going to be tomorrow? Probably not if you have some stuff to do. Could it be next week? Maybe. Could it be in the next 2 weeks? I hope so. But I would love for you to have a date before July 1st if you feel like you are the reason you're holding yourself back. So maybe collectively we say June 30th. Everyone gets their app in. And there are going to be different things, but I don't want this part of your application, just the timing, to be the reason you don't get in. We do reapplicant counseling sessions. I work with people every single year who are reapplicants, and a lot of what I see is applications that came in right at the deadline that I'm kind of like, you're a great applicant. I don't know why you didn't get an interview. When we dive into it, we work on things to improve, but one of the things that we come back to is you got to apply earlier. You got to get that application in, and then when I hear back from those students, a lot of times they have success, even without major changes to their application, just from making that timing switch. If you need more support, more accountability, I would encourage you to come try out Pre-PA Academy. It's our group coaching program. You can come and go as you please. We have 3 or 4 sessions a week that are live. We have Q&A, office hours, teaching, live mock interviews, live essay review, all the things to help you feel prepared. But the review that we get the most on Academy is that it's the accountability and the support, being with people going through the same thing and getting to experience it together that makes it a meaningful experience. So we would love to have you join us there. If you want to try a month, you can use the code TRY410 and get half off your first month to come join us over in Academy. We'll put all the links in the description, so don't even worry about that. All right, if you're watching this later and you're not currently in an application cycle, I don't mean that you have to submit the day after CASPA opens. A week, 2 weeks, a month. I consider May, mid-May to early June as still submitting early. Once we get past like mid-June into July, I want to put a little pressure on you to get your application in, but I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with waiting as long as you have a plan in place. If this is resonating with you and you're like, oh yeah, I am the one holding my application back, it is me, let's talk about 3 things you can do. First, stop iterating on perfection. It's never going to be perfect. Your personal statement, you could change it for years and never feel like it's as good as it needs to be. Your experiences, you could always have more. You can always get more hours. You could always take more classes. There are more things that you could do, and there are people applying who are better applicants than you, but you're probably better than them in some way. So get that perfection mindset out of your head, okay? I want you to proofread. I want it to be polished, but there's also a good enough here where there are some things that you just can't do anything else about, and you want to double check, triple check, but ultimately submit. Number 2, is there something that is missing, something holding you back, like a letter Follow up with your letter writers. We just did a video on that, and I promise you're not bothering us. I would much rather someone I'm writing a letter for give me a little nudge and, hey, please get this in, because I probably have forgotten about it. Honestly, it's on my list. It's on a list somewhere, but life and all of that. So I have all the excuses, but I'm fine with someone saying, hey, I really need that letter in. Please, like you said, you'd write it. And that's fine. I'm sorry you have to remind me to do that. But if your letter writer is not getting it in, go to them. Tell them the importance of this for you. And look at what the schools actually require when you submit. Things like test scores, GRE scores. A lot of times those can be sent later. And so you don't really have to wait on that if it is a school that accepts it at a different time. All right, number 3, be honest with yourself. And if it is too late or you feel like you're rushing things, maybe taking a gap year is where you need to be, or looking at some other programs that have later deadlines, later start dates. I don't want you to jeopardize how you look to a program by trying to rush your application and it not being as good as it needs to be. So make sure you meet the requirements, make sure you're hitting the deadlines, and that you're not just throwing it out there just to see what happens. I would make your decisions as far as where you apply, when you apply, very calculated so that you're not wasting your time or your money to decrease your chances. All right, if you want to follow along, we have a lot of great videos coming up, including talking about supplementals and interviews. Thanks for following along the platform. I'm Savannah. I hope to see you in the next video. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on any of our videos, and we'll see you next time.